This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 27th day of April in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here is what we're tracking tonight. For the second straight day, Guyana recorded no new case of the coronavirus, even as more tests are being done. The Public Health Ministry reported today that 464 persons have been tested in total, with 390 of those tests returning a negative result. The Public Health Ministry reported today that there are still 5 persons in the COVID-19 ICU. A total of 74 persons have tested positive. However, 15 persons have made full recoveries.
I wish once again to offer words of comfort to those infected and the families of those who lost loved ones, asking God to sustain and fortify you, for He is our refuge and strength. As you are aware, the coronavirus disease continues its relentless spread in our beloved country. Today, we are reporting no new cases. The number of confirmed cases remains at 74, and 15 persons, oh yes, 15 persons have recovered so far.
Minister Lawrence also encouraged citizens to practice social distancing measures and protect themselves from the virus.
Please remember, a mask is better than a ventilator. Home is certainly better than the ICU. Prevention is better than cure, and it's not curfew, it's care for you.
The Public Health Minister said citizens must be brave and step forward. She's also encouraging them to visit the mobile coronavirus test units, which have been set up in 3 areas in the Region 4 area. Guyana's first case of the coronavirus was recorded on the 11th of March. More news coming up in just a moment.
Parents and guardians, you are encouraged to tune in to the Guyana Learning Channel, Cable 29 or Channel 42 for daily educational and interactive learning sessions. The nursery program airs from 6 hours to 9 hours. Primary programs from 9 hours to 12 noon. We also air informative documentaries from 12 noon to 13 hours, and our secondary level programs are aired from 13 hours to 15 hours. Please continue to listen to our radio broadcasts. The interactive radio instruction for grades 1 to 3 daily on Voice of Guyana from 9 hours 30 to 10 hours for grade 1 pupils, from 10 hours 30 to 11 hours for grade 2s, and 13 hours to 13 hours 30 for grade 3 pupils. Please remember to tune in to benefit from these educational opportunities. A message from the Ministry of Education.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Tired of long lines? Register with MyGTT at mygtt.co.gy. That's mygtt.co.gy to view and pay your bills from anywhere. Enter to win an Amazon gift card worth $25 or a bounty voucher worth 5,000 Guyana dollars when you sign up today. GTT, do more.
The following is an important message from the Ministry of Public Health. You can prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. If you have the following symptoms: coughing, fever, or difficulty breathing, please stay home. If you don't have these symptoms, then practice social distancing. Avoid crowds. When in a group, keep a distance of at least 3 feet between yourself and other persons. Please wash your hands with soap regularly or use hand sanitizers. The Ministry of Public Health has a hotline to provide information on the coronavirus. Members of the public can call 227-4986 or 624-3067.
Welcome back. With a promise that there is more to come, the Chinese embassy here in Guyana handed over several items today to assist the Public Health Ministry with its fight against the coronavirus. The donation comprised protective face masks, PPEs, and 100 infrared thermometers. Also included in the gift from the Chinese government were 500 medical goggles, 500 pairs of disposable gloves, and 500 isolation shoe covers. The permanent secretary at the Public Health Ministry, Colette Adams, accepted the gifts on behalf of the Guyana government. And the Deputy Chief of Mission for the Chinese Embassy here in Guyana reminded the representatives from the two countries how much his country, China, has suffered since the coronavirus outbreak.
In China, we say that we have to discover the patient immediately. And the earliest we discover the patient, the earliest if we put him or her into the hospital and we do the curement, then it will bring down the fatality rate and also will bring down the number of the people being affected. That's one of the successful stories of China.
China has recorded more than 3,000 deaths as a result of the coronavirus. Relationship between Guyana and China started back in 1972. As part of the efforts to get more testing done for the coronavirus, the Ministry of Public Health has started mobile testing in various communities across the country. 3 locations are now in full operation. In the Georgetown area, a mobile clinic has been set up at the East La Penitence Healthcare Center, and it will remain there until this Wednesday. It will operate between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. daily. 2 other mobile clinics have been set up on the outskirts of the city, one on the east bank of Demerara and the other on the east coast of Demerara. The East Bank Clinic is located at Herstelling, while the East Coast Mobile Clinic can be found in the Paradise community. Both mobile clinics will remain in those areas until this Friday and will also operate between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Today, 27th April 2020, the Ministry of Public Health launched its mobile unit at the East La Penitence Health Center, as well as the community COVID-19 facilities of Region Number 4 at Herstelling on the east bank of Demerara and at Paradise on the east coast of Demerara, providing services to persons along those corridors. As you are aware, Georgetown is the epicenter of the coronavirus disease in Guyana, with 55% of all confirmed cases residing in central Georgetown.
The Ministry of Public Health is hoping that citizens will take advantage of the mobile clinics, and if they have symptoms of the coronavirus, will submit themselves to be tested. Well, as the Elections Commission awaits word from the CARICOM Secretariat on the arrival of its high-level team for the recount of votes, the CARICOM Secretary General has written to the National COVID-19 Task Force. CARICOM is seeking permission for a special chartered flight to be able to depart Guyana to pick up the officials and bring them for the recount. The Guyana airports have been closed to international travel as a result of the measures against the coronavirus pandemic. A chartered flight will also have to take the officials back. The CARICOM Secretariat has indicated to the National Task Force that all the members of the high-level team will have the WHO-approved test for the coronavirus done in their home country before coming to Guyana. CARICOM is requesting that the same WHO-approved test be administered to the officials before they head back home after the recount. The recount has a 25-day timeline. No arrival date has been set for the team as yet. The Guyana Elections Commission has completed its order and work plan for the recount. Once an arrival date for the CARICOM team is finalized, GCOM is expected to announce a start date for that recount. Turning now to the mining sector, the Canadian-owned mining company Guyana Goldfields is getting a new owner. It was announced this morning that Silvercore Metals, also of Canada, will acquire all of the issued and outstanding shares of Guyana Goldfields by way of a plan of arrangement under the Canada Business Corporations Act. According to the statement, the transaction will create a diversified precious metals producer with two profitable underground silver mining operations in China and the gold mining operations in Guyana, with a strong balance sheet to fund growth opportunities. The agreement allows for Guyana Goldfields shareholders to either receive a cash payout or shares in the new company. With entering into the arrangement, Silvercore and Guyana Goldfields have also entered into a loan agreement whereby Silvercore will lend Guyana Goldfields up to $15 million with a defined use of proceeds related to the ongoing operations at the Aurora Underground project here in Guyana, as well as for certain working capital and general corporate purposes. The Ministry of the Presidency announced over the weekend that Joe Harmon has been appointed the Chief Executive Officer of the National COVID-19 Task Force, and with that appointment, he is no longer serving as the Director General at the Ministry of the Presidency. Newly appointed Director of Public Information and Press Service, Ariana Gordon, confirmed the development to News Source on Saturday. She said the President has indicated that Mr. Harmon's role will now be that of the CEO for the National Task Force, and he will operate under Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu. Harmon served previously as the Minister of State with wide-ranging responsibilities in the Ministry of the Presidency. He was forced to relinquish that position following the court ruling on the no-confidence motion, which made it clear that it was unconstitutional for holders of dual citizenship to serve as a Member of Parliament. Mr. Harmon was later appointed to the Director General's position, which was created to accommodate his continued work in the government and the cabinet level. Harmon later announced that he had relinquished his American citizenship and he was therefore eligible to serve as a candidate in the 2020 elections. Just over a week ago, the Ministry of the Presidency was forced to distance the President and the government from the hiring of a U.S. lobbying firm to make representation on the government's behalf, with U.S. government officials following the fallout from the still-to-be-concluded national elections. The President was reportedly unaware of the hiring of the lobbying firm and made it clear that the government did not play any part in the hiring of the firm, and the government has no contract with the lobbying firm, although Harmon was listed as a contact person on the contract for the Guyana government. The President also made it clear that taxpayers' money was not being used for the hiring of the lobbying firm. Mr. Harmon, after initially giving the impression that it was all the government's doing, was then forced to clarify that the hiring of the firm was not done by the government. Police investigators on the Western Marara are probing the murder of a Canal No. 1 woman last evening. Details of the incident are sketchy, but according to reports, a 62-year-old woman, Tamishwari Sunilal, was stabbed to death by a man who was known to her at her home. The woman's lifeless body was discovered with multiple stab wounds. The suspect is known only as Gepper, and efforts are being made to locate him. A full police investigation is underway.
Wondering how you can access free learning materials for your children? Parents and guardians, please visit the Ministry of Education's website at www.education.gov.gy to access textbooks, past papers, and practice tests to keep your child engaged in continuous learning. When you have accessed the site, go to the Students tab, wait for a second, and choose the appropriate option. You now have access to the resources you need. You are encouraged to take advantage of this opportunity as we strive to provide the best education for the nation's children. A message from the Ministry of Education.
They've made a positive impact on the heavy-duty transportation industry in Guyana since they've arrived. Guyanese are amazed at their power, durability, efficiency, and superior handling capabilities. These are brand new trucks, manufactured in partnership with German, Italian, and French companies. They have a powerful reputation for operating under very adverse Guyanese conditions and come with full after-sales service and spare parts. They're the most sought-after trucks today, with over 500 units in Guyana, and they're available in over 100 countries, including South America and the Caribbean. Be smart. Buy brand new ST Howo trucks today. Call 608-4998 and arrange for an inspection at ST Truck Guyana Incorporated, Block B, Public Road, Covenant, East Bank, Demerara.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Falls, a trademark of China's Zhanghao Incorporated, located at Land of Cane in East Bank, Demerara, was incorporated in April of 2013 with over 10 billion Guyana dollars invested in a state-of-the-art 100,000 barrel fuel storage facility, a modern service station, an office complex, and a modern wharf that can berth international vessels. Having no association with any other fuel company, Falls imports its own fuel, which meets quality specifications, has all the legal permits, and is in compliance with international requirements. Its bulk facility can load 8 trucks simultaneously at a rate of 1,000 liters per minute, while the service station can service 12 cars at a time using computerized fuel pumps, which can facilitate the use of ATM cards. Through its professional team of mostly Guyanese, Falls wholesales and retails fuels to the public, including farmers and miners, and will continue to positively contribute to Guyana by providing quality products, service, and attractive prices. Try Falls today for all your fuel needs.
Are you washing your hands correctly? Here are some tips on when and how to wash your hands. Step 1. Wet your hands with clean water. Step 2. Then apply soap. Step 3. For 10 to 15 seconds, lather your palms together. Always remember to pay attention to your fingers, especially your nails and tips. And don't forget the back and between your fingers. Step 4. Rinse hands with clean water for about 20 seconds. Step 5. Dry hands with a clean paper towel or tissue.
But when should you wash your hands? After using the toilet, before and after eating, preparing or handling uncooked food, after playing with pets or caring for animals, after sneezing and coughing or blowing your nose, before and after changing babies or caring for others.
Frequent hand washing or using a hand sanitizer with alcohol as an alternative will remove viruses and bacteria from your hands.
A message from the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Across the region right now, the Trinidad and Tobago government is maintaining that its relationship with Barbados is as good as it has ever been, as it downplayed a potential rift between the two Caribbean countries. Bridgetown on Friday issued a statement in which it said that it was deeply disturbed by a jab made by Trinidad and Tobago's National Security Minister Stuart Young, who suggested that the Mia Mottley administration failed to respect the Twin Island Republic's border policies in its handling of the situation involving 33 Trinidadians who were stranded in Barbados for over a month. The Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Ministry described Young's comments as regrettable, as it stressed that Barbados has gone through all the appropriate channels to get the group home. They returned to Trinidad and Tobago last Wednesday after testing negative for the coronavirus. More than 200 doctors from Cuba are due to arrive in South Africa to help fight the coronavirus. The medics left on a plane that first carried a donation of South African medical supplies to the Caribbean island. They are among 1,200 healthcare workers sent to battle COVID-19 in 22 countries that have requested help from the communist state. South Africa is to begin easing strict lockdown restrictions next month. More than 1.5 million people will be allowed to return to work. Some schools will reopen, deliveries of hot food will be permitted, and cigarettes will be back on sale, but the sale of alcohol and public gatherings will still be banned in South Africa. And finally tonight, international news. New Zealand says it has stopped community transmission of the coronavirus, effectively eliminating the virus over New Zealand. With new cases in single figures for several days, one on Sunday, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said the virus was currently eliminated. But officials have warned against complacency, saying it does not mean a total end to new coronavirus cases. The news came hours before New Zealand moved out of its toughest level of social restrictions. From tomorrow, some non-essential businesses, healthcare and education activity will be able to resume in New Zealand. Most people will still be required to remain at home at all times and avoid all social interactions. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.